So this is my mother, and she's going to show us how to make chicken and dumplings. So we've got a pot 2/3 full of water.
Yes.
And then we've got the chicken thighs.
A lot of chicken thighs.
Going to soak.
No,
They're not soaking?
no. I just put them in there over here to boil. To start boiling.
So you put it on dual high?
Put it on high right now because I'm standing here, so I don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
I cut up my onion.
So we've got 1 yellow onion. And 1 can of evaporated milk. And what other ingredients are we going to need? Celery.
A knife.
About flour? No flour?
Not until we make the dumplings.
Well, I'm trying to get everything that we need at once.
Yep.
So we'll need a regular bag of flour. And what else?
Evaporated milk.
Got that already.
And seasonings.
What kind of seasonings
There's
do
where
you
your trick
use?
comes in.
Okay, what's that? What do we got? Don't you use like bouillon cubes?
Bouillon cubes, if you use them, usually they're very salty.
Okay.
So I don't like to use them, but I do. I will. Get this, the chicken.
Chicken powder.
Full of seasoning and smells so good.
Okay.
And then you get this.
Pollo chicken flavor bouillon.
So you add, this is for your, am I right? So this is your chicken base. So you use these two.
These two, not the other one?
You can, the other one is like this one.
Okay.
But as long as I have this, I
So
prefer this.
chicken powder.
It's hard
and
to
then
find.
The chicken base, gluten-free. All right.
Not necessarily. It just
Okay.
happens to be what it is.
All right. So all those things will be
See,
needed.
since all of this, there's not a lot of skin in there,
Mm-hmm.
so there isn't a lot of fat.
Okay.
You want to put some of this in. Not very pretty, but it gives you, well, like
Flavoring?
the chicken will add, with the skin will add, I guess, I hate to say the word grease, but
Okay.
that'll give you your flavor.
Okay. So how much are you going to add? A
Don't add
spoonful?
a lot, yeah.
That's a tablespoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
And that was which one was that? That was the base.
Yeah. But I wouldn't have to get gluten-free. That just was a fluke.
Okay.
And your
And the
seasoning,
Caldel.
which is,
Ah, okay.
that's what no one else uses. That's your trick.
Okay.
Just let that come to a boil.
Bring that to a boil. I have been asking to get this on tape for literally years. Because she's not going to be around forever.
No. Not forever.
And there are some of my friends who have always been curious as to how this is done. But I'm not going to post this online. I'll put it on Plex, so like the home movie section. So you'll have that.
I cut that off on the ends for you because that keeps it from being able to separate. You want it to separate while it's in there.
Okay.
So that way it'll all come
So it
apart.
all comes apart like an onion. Right.
So if you have these things on the edges, they're knotted together.
Yeah, it holds it together.
Right,
So we want it to come apart.
right.
How long does this take to come to a boil?
It all depends. You know, if I had really, really cold water,
So 2
not.
of the stalks of celery.
yeah. Yeah, because you don't want to cut them up small. You want to be able to dip them out. This is just your flavoring.
Okay.
This is, you don't leave that in there. Take this and the onions out after it's all done.
Like today or overnight?
I'm going to leave it in there, all this, After it boils, I'll just leave it in there.
How many hours?
I usually like to make the chicken cook about maybe 3 hours
Okay.
on low after it starts boiling.
Okay.
Just keep it simmering,
Okay.
and then I just put the lid on it and push it aside. And then in the morning I get up and turn it on and.
Oh, so you can leave it overnight after 3 hours of simmering. You can leave it be.
Then all the moisture goes in the chicken, and it really makes it taste good.
All right. So that's all for the celery you'll need? That's it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you just need enough to give it a flavor, and the onion too. I like lots of flavor.
It's fine. One way or the other. Okay.
Doesn't that look good? See the yellow? That's what you want, yellow.
I want yellow.
If
Okay.
it's a cheating way to do it is if it doesn't turn, it just turns white. You don't want it white, so you can take food coloring and drop
Okay.
a couple of drops of yellow food coloring. And
Why does it have to be yellow?
well, because chicken yellow, dumplings
Oh,
yellow. You don't
it's
want
a thing.
white. Yeah.
White dumplings would seem like dead.
Yeah.
So you just stirring?
Huh?
You're
I
just stirring?
Yeah, I turned it down because otherwise it would have boiled all over the stove. So you just turn it down. You want it to brew like that, but you don't want it to boil over.
Okay.
So, but you can let it go down about this much, and then, like you don't want it to go all the way.
Well, no.
So, but if it's because see the steam, that's water boiling out,
Mm-hmm.
and if you put a color over it, it has a tendency to boil out.
Because it's getting hot.
Yeah,
The water's
steam's
becoming more active.
Right.
All right.
So I'd say after about an hour, I would put like a half a cup of water in there.
Just room temperature water?
Yeah.
All right.
And of course it'll like go.
Yeah.
It won't
it'll
do
freak
anything
out.
then. It won't boil or anything. So you don't turn it up.
It'll take
yeah.
its time. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's it. So we'll just let that sit. And let it sit there for just a little while.
Taking all the chicken out.
Everything out with the liquid.
Everything out with the liquid.
Yeah, that was just flavoring.
Okay.
Chicken just curls up to nothing, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
It
does.
looks like it's so much, but it's not.
So the heat's back on, and it's on high?
Just to get it
Okay.
rolling again.
Okay.
Don't do my face.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. And so this looks real murky, so you might want to add a little bit of water because it'll take it now. You don't want it to be all water. You want it to have flavor. You don't want it to be greasy either. Oily tasting. So you just put a little, excuse me, a little more water in.
Okay.
Start this over here. Shoot, that's what I didn't want.
Oh, you have to add back some?
Well, no, it's on the plate, so you
Yeah,
just-
exactly.
you don't want the plate floating. Do that last.
Hello, dog. So how much flour do you need? A whole bag?
No. Usually, if you have a big batch, like I would say 3 cups.
3 cups.
This is 2 cups.
Right.
And it's flour, so it doesn't have to be exact. It's not like a cake recipe. Just rolling out dumplings.
Okay. It's almost 4.
Well, I didn't fill up the other 2.
Okay. The evaporated milk.
And that get your mixture.
Ah, okay. Bought a really crappy can.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's crooked.
Salt?
About just enough to cover the top a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna close the bag and leave the flour. Wash my hands again. You want to taste your broth, like a little spoon in there, take a little bit, let it cool, and taste it. And if it tastes flat, you know, like, tastes like nothing, you can add a little more of this. You won't hurt it with this. This is not like you add
The
salt.
powder?
This is, yeah, this is just
Okay.
your seasoning. So if you want it to taste more like what you're used to, then you just keep adding that, or maybe a little bit of salt.
Okay. So do you have the whole can of evaporated milk?
Yeah, you will, and you might even need a little bit of real milk if you put too much flour in, like I'm really good at doing.
So it's kind of a glue. You have to do this by hand, or can you get a mixer to do it?
No, I mean, I've never used my mixer. Everything here is more of a feel
Okay.
thing. This bag I also only use for chicken and dumplings. So I don't use the flour for anything else.
Oh, okay.
So it's, you know, like if you put your hands in there back and forth,
Of
you're
course.
just using it
Yeah.
for this.
So we're taking hunks of the flour, and we've added flour to the silicone pastry mat here, and to the rolling pin, and we're just rolling them out to a preferred thickness.
If they feel heavy like this, they shouldn't feel too heavy. I don't like this flour that we bought. It says it's blanched flour. I don't like it.
Bleached.
Bleached. I'm sorry. Did it say that?
Unbleached.
Yeah. It's
Prefer it to be bleached?
just regular flour. This was an accident.
There's a lot of them around here.
I'm full of accidents, but it always seems to come out okay. Yeah, usually you want to work right here.
Okay.
You don't want to have to carry them across. Just a lot of extra spaces, steps you have to take that you don't need to take. Want to make room. Move them around.
When did you start making this?
Oh,
80s?
no. No, Donna taught me how to do it.
Donna did.
Her mother.
What, Grandma Reed?
Her mother used to make these. Oh, no.
So the Harsheys gave you this.
Her mother always made this. And so I just took the recipe and seasoned it up. That was the only thing I did and made it, color. Where hers are always real white and milky. I just added more the base. I added the base. Eventually, as your dumplings cook, they will start to kind of float to the bottom a little bit.
Okay, they'll sink. Good girl. Hi, baby.
Messy, isn't it?
Immensely.
Oh, I know it.
It's all right.
So you kind of stir around there and feel them. See what you feel. Oops.
I feel dumplings.
They feel heavy.
But they're very heavy, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that good?
They'll get lighter as they get done.
Okay. Wow, you went through it. It didn't take as long as I thought it would.
See, this flour just doesn't seem to want to blend as well as the other flour.
Okay.
It's heavier. And I don't understand why bleaching has to do with it being so heavy, but I guess it does. It's a process.
I thought it was just a color thing.
I do too, but it's a process. It's much heavier. And of course, always wear black so you can wear it.
Oh, me too.
Yes, yes, yes. And usually they're so thin that they just stick to this like glue, but they're not this time. Then you're going to need that scraper to pick them up because they're going to be so thin.
They look marvelous.
I thought the last time I made these that it was my imagination that they were thick, but it isn't. Some people like thin, some people like thick.
It's preference.
But if they've never had them before, they don't know what to expect, do they? Because most people just buy the noodles.
Oh, that's lame.
You can buy them in a bag and just toss them in. Or my mom, unfortunately, she used to always use biscuits. And she would open up a can of biscuits and roll them out flat. And then slice them like I just did and throw them in. So you never knew the difference. Well, I mean, I do.
I was gonna say, I think someone knows.
Yeah, well, that was the only way she ever made them. So if you were gonna get them, that was it. I didn't know any different. I don't think we owned a rolling pin.
Wow.
She used to use a glass.
Well, yeah. And he poured in a storm.
Now I'd be afraid I'd pop the glass in too. Okay, let's get to the chicken. Set this Put a lid on it just a little bit, otherwise it'll come up.
Okay.
You want those to kind of cook.
Okay. So you're removing the chicken.
Mm-hmm. So you remove the fat off of the chicken.
How do you know the difference? I don't know the difference.
You'll see it. You'll feel it.
Okay.
See that? Now you
Okay.
just remove all the yellow. See how it's coming up? Right away it wants to come up with the lid on it, so you go down a little bit lower.
It's getting hot.
Mm-hmm. You don't want it to boil over. Would you pull up my sleeve?
Hmm?
Thank you. This isn't a very pretty thing, but
No, it's not.
if you want, after you get done doing this, you can take it over to the sink and rinse it if you want. A lot of people rinse their chicken. It's hard to see, isn't it, over here?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it's the yellow juice on it, too.
Just have to find the chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of the rest.
Yeah. Since this was skinless, it's a lot easier.
Straightforward.
I see, it's just all chicken.
No bones will be coming out of this.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
Mm-hmm.
You'll know what it looks like. You'll feel that it doesn't feel like meat.
This doesn't feel like meat.
That's right. It feels a little harder, a little
Now I know
firmer.
when it tastes like meat and not, but that's something different. It's a lot of chicken.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, baby. Lucy!
Now, do you want to rinse it or leave it?
Let's rinse it.
Okay.
There we go.
Wow. That's low. There.
Perfect.
See how it looks better?
Just throw it in.
I'm going to break it up so everybody gets some nice chicken. See how it looks stringy a little bit? That's what you want. You don't want. Some people put big clumps in there, and that's fine too. But I like
I'm
it to
gonna make
blend.
sure everyone gets some chicken.
I like to blend it.
Perfect. So there really is just 3 ingredients, just a broth, dumplings, and the chicken.
Yeah, no, gotta thicken it.
You have to thicken it.
That's a feel process for real.
Okay.
Here's my towel and milk.
More milk?
The milk that goes into your thickening. Okay, so you get cornstarch.
Cornstarch.
Cornstarch is your thickener that won't leave lumps.
I don't want lumps.
No, you don't want globs of flour. Okay, you get a cup. And your milk.
doesn't matter what kind.
No.
So 2/3 full.
Yeah. And sometimes you might have to put in a little bit more if you don't get it thick enough the first time. So you don't want it to be watery.
No.
And that's water.
It is.
So
Holy crap.
okay. Come off your spoon and just keep stirring.
Just keep stirring.
So you don't
Just keep stirring.
see it or feel it anymore. It dissolves pretty quick.
Good.
They look good though, huh?
They do. They look beautiful.
This is the only thing I use this for either, is just this.
Just dumplings. So. We've made a lot of dumplings. Lucy gonna have dumplings?
You know, but I sure like all that chicken that's left over. That's my treat. There's no bones this time, Lou. Okay. Now, it's still watery,
Okay.
but that's okay. Now let's hope.
And pray.
Yes. Okay. Stir it in. You can feel it starting to thick up.
You just do that once?
Hopefully, but usually a little bit more sometimes. Feel the difference.
I was about to ask.
Feel it?
I mean, I'll take your word for it. I mean,
Because that's how you, that's the only way you're going to know. See it look creamy? Or it's not very yellow though, is it?
obsessed with the yellow. Not with the yellow. It's fine.
See it looking thick. Probably need to add a little more salt, pepper, just a little.
Just a little.
Doesn't come out very good.
Oh.
Holes are clogged.
Lucy.
Just a little more. Ought to get it. Just a little bit more. Just a little more.
Okay.
Messy. You don't want it to burn.
Yeah, I've had scorched chicken dumplings
You have?
from high school. Yeah. Or chili cook-off. They sucked.
I don't remember if I ever made these back then.
Nope. I'm sure you were making them, but you didn't make them for high school.
Oh no. Just keep. Now, if you get these too thick, you just
Add water.
see they're starting to thicken up more. I didn't add all that.
Beautimus.
I think that's just about got it.
So what's next?
That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
So you can immediately start serving it?
Yeah. Yep. Now, whenever you heat it, like if you were to put it in the refrigerator like this, you warm it up back on the stove gently. Then after it'll solidify. It'll get
Solidify.
thick. Yes, I'm sorry. And so what you do is you just add a little more water, but not a lot, because it will get back to this consistency again.
Wow.
Flour, if you put flour in there, flour tends to get gunky. I've always had good luck with this. Chicken
Go
doesn't
back
want to
in.
come off.